What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again, from a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
It's locked, all right.
It's okay, Jonathan. I'll see you later.
Come on, you bastard. You can do better than that. Nah. It's my turn.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly.
All right, all right.
Yes. That's a very nasty...
Name's Clay Cox. Not a...
Follow me, Mr. Cox.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
What? What happened? Whoa, I feel giddy. Did I black out? Whoa, I feel giddy.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana.
What do you mean? You...
No, sir. It is...
A pawn...
Yes, sir.
Who comes here to try...
I'm very cautious.
What kind...
With the quarantine...
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said...
Funny story, sir. Your sister...
Are you afraid?
Why should I?
Sir, how did you...
After I left...
An interesting point of view.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have.
Do you work here?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I...
Why do you have to...
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons.
Do you need medical
I'm feeling all right, Doctor. But perhaps it is because I, too, am used to the smell.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing.
Yes, but the good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die?
No, I'm not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man.
Please show me what...
Of course. It's just trinkets and cure... Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive and then, sadly...
I cannot enter. It's locked. I cannot enter. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody... It's locked, all right.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep.
If you could point me in the...
Second floor of the hospital, left after...
What kind of man is Dr.
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better...
Apologies, I've only just met him the once.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant...
Thank you, Good evening, sir.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton.
That's quite a blunt...
You can call me Milton. I like to speak...
I'm not sure I
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed.
I have some good...
What?
I retrieved your wallet.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Are you really smart?
And why not? Avoid...
But you're not defending yourself.
You keep people alive your own way, Doc.
How is the situation?
You want to hear the situation is...
So what do you do exactly in this?
I've been an ambulance driver.
Since you're on the front...
It's a complete
It sounds like...
Yesterday I got attacked by the...
You left an infected patient out...
Go there yourself if you want.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples, just like you, come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we saw...
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many...
I'd like...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better...
Do we know it?
Actually, yes.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember.
He was also very confident.
What can you...
Some are really good, and other...
Tell me more.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can.
Ah, yes, the burden of command.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now.
What is the Pembroke Hospital?
This hospital is not exactly the best of...
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What is hospital? It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important.
Don't be...
What is the...
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough.
Don't be...
What can...
Some are
What can you tell me?
Some are...
Tell me...
Nurse Brand...
You really...
I'll go in...
Goodbye. Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan...
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir.
Did he really?
All members of...
I see.
You must know. Blood transfusions are
How are things here?
not good.
An invisible enemy.
Sorry, Doctor. These...
Do you think this...
We are all volunteers.
I'm not...
Brilliant professionals.
Most of them.
It would be inappropriate.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in...
No. I may disagree with some conduct.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
How are things here?
Not...
Goodbye, now.
Another night.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good... Good evening.
Doctor...
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on...
Nurse Brannigan is...
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her.
I'm not that kind of man.
You're a...
No.
Nurse Brannigan, you don't have to... Goodbye. Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
It's a giant morgue disguised as a hospital. Not Pembroke nowadays. Shh. Don't worry, sir. You're gonna be all right. Trust me.
It's locked. I cannot enter. It's locked. Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Doc. It's locked, all right. It's locked. This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
I'm really sorry, sir. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
later.
Good evening, Nat.
Good evening, Doctor.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan.
Well, it's a...
How would you describe...
It's serious.
Nurse...
I wish I...
You must...
So...
How...
Or long enough.
You'd be surprised what...
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the
Well, not well. Milton the
Why is Milton...
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton...
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned. Milton is not the chap...
Pepper.
Yes. Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work...
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman.
Goodbye, Nat. Good evening, sir.
Unless you're here to fix my face.
I'm Dr. Reed.
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell.
How is your...
Oh, it's bliss.
Can I ask you precisely...
It's the pain, sir.
Can I do it?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my...
Who is treating you?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about.
You don't seem...
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
How is your stay with...
Oh,
can I ask...
It's the
Soldier.
I'm fine. Just...
Where were you...
I really don't...
No offense.
You were an officer, weren't you?
Goodbye.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Good evening, Mr.
Dr. Reed, is it?
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the fact.
You remain...
Thank you, Doctor.
How did you end...
I had received alarming news about it.
Why did he...
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to...
I'm just a man trying...
Do you know Tom Watts?
Tom? Yes, of course. Always...
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise?
Who should I have...
Not really. Most men and women are...
What is the
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Dooth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug us.
What do you do for a living?
I manage a night asylum for the poor.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a...
Why didn't you use your cross again?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton?
I feel exhausted.
You're in good hands here.
Thank you, sir.
Have you made...
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor.
Goodbye, Miss... Good evening, miss.
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal?
You keep calling it...
Well, Dr. Reed, if you...
Do you require my...
I have no need for your medicine, Doctor.
And why do you...
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel.
I can hear my body crumble from the in...
I see.
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cottard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul. Or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality.
I'm assuming...
It's only a cover to hide from my enemies.
Who are these enemies?
I cannot say for sure.
The staff here are not...
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry.
Thank you, mortal.
Who are you, really?
Is that not enough for you, puny?
I'm curious to know who...
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember.
I'll leave you.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues. I wonder what your last thoughts would be.
It's locked, all right. Good evening, sir. I'm...
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about you.
Does my arrival...
Let us just say that I don't particularly...
If you have a problem...
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking...
I know we've never met before.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you...
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
Since your tenure in this...
Let's just say I'm tired of...
Carelessness.
We're here to save lives.
I don't intend to run any...
Modern medical methods were created through...
I don't know what you've heard about...
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
It seems you have...
I refuse to see this industrial...
We can at least agree on... I don't quite...
And
what exactly? Be careful what you...
I only...
This is ridiculous.
You see?
Thank you for your...
What can I do for you?
Thank you, nurse. Good evening, Doctor.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival. I am Thoreau Strickland.
Please.
I'm a great...
What made you...
I'm not ashamed to admit you were...
It's always a pleasure.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the...
I based my technique on my mentor's research.
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is pure...
As long as you're cautious and methodical.
You're not the first one to warn me.
What can you tell me?
Well, it has always been an honor to work.
You seem...
I'm convinced that this epidemic...
Questions remain...
True.
Do you need help?
Well, yes, maybe.
Do you want me to play the...
Oh, no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his...
I see. What do you think of Doc...
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded.
With the influenza...
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the...
So you believe it's just...
Dr. Ackroyd is as
Tell me more about...
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood...
What is it you really want?
Fair question. I want...
This...
I agree.
Do you think...
All I...
Tell me, Miss...
Our first diagnosis was...
But why would he hide such crude...
Because he is a proud father.
Goodbye, Doc. Good evening, sir.
I don't know if a third opinion is...
I see.
I'm Harvey Fiddick.
Tell me about...
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about...
I'm a carpenter.
Are you
Well, it's clear that
I won't lie to you about it.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable.
In other circumstances, you would be right. Tell me about the doc...
Strickland and Ackroyd.
What do you mean?
I often had professional...
Tell me about your...
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be...
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself.
Tell me more.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was...
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing...
I'm sorry for your loss.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer.
How are your children?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Goodbye.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book. I'll never forgive her.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening.
No, I don't want to talk.
I suppose that this pain...
Yes.
Could you at least...
Morton.
How
So painful.
I'm
not really.
I see.
Yes, maybe.
How
So painful.
I'll let you...
I'm alright.
Good evening.
I'm okay.
Tell me.
I don't want...
I have...
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, ma'am.
It's my son who needs you.
I'm Dr. John...
I'm Beatrice Gos...
What?
Not much to say.
Are you...
Yes.
May I ask...
I'm a teacher by profession.
What do you think?
I have had the uttermost reservations about...
Is there something in particular?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients.
Tell me...
The ambulance driver was quite rude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you?
Yes, and I paid without...
I share your concern.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Goodbye, Miss.
Good evening, sir. Doctor. I'm alright.
What can...
Don't waste your time.
And Mr.
I get...
What
Well, you...
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, Doc.
Good.
Here again.
Good evening.
Good. Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help. You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your